she is queen of the angels. She's queen of the apostles, all prophets. She's the queen of all saints. She's the queen of confessors. She's the queen of virgins. She's the queen of martyrs. And in all of God's creation, she is the most important of creatures chosen by God to be the mother of his only son.
So she's number one?
Next to God himself, yes.
In 1950, the Pope declared that when Mary died, her body was miraculously assumed into heaven, so her tomb is empty. Much of the evidence for this is taken from a 5th century non-biblical text that even some Catholic scholars now agree is valueless as history.
The apostles carried the couch and laid down her precious and holy body in Gethsemane in a new tomb. And for 3 days the voices of invisible angels were heard glorifying Christ our God. And when the 3rd day was ended, the voices were no longer heard. And from that time forth, all knew that her spotless and precious body had been transferred to paradise.
When the Transitus Mariae first appeared, the Church declared it heresy.
The veneration of Mary is one of the most important cults in the Roman Catholic and Orthodox churches. There are shrines dedicated to her all over the world. But check this out. This doctrine was the theological brainchild of a succession of church fathers and theologians. There's almost no evidence for her veneration in the Bible. And of course, as Mary's status rose, the brothers and sisters of Jesus Christ, her real family, were almost completely written out of the story.
I think this is actually to the detriment of Jesus, and particularly Jesus' humanity, because of course a human person has siblings. He grew up in an ordinary Jewish household. He grew up probably in a very noisy, very lively household where there's lots of other brothers and sisters, where there's grandparents, perhaps an extended family. And yet I think that picture has been lost because we tend to have this rather idealized picture of Jesus and his mother. There's sort of rather solitary pictures.
There is an alternative theory about Jesus' family tree. It states quite simply that like any other 1st century Jew, he had a family. A mother, a father, 4 brothers, James, Joseph, Simon and Judas, and at least 2 sisters, Mary and Salome. For over 1600 years, the Roman Catholic and Orthodox churches have seen this as heresy. In my quest for the secret family of Jesus, I have been invited to a Jewish wedding in Galilee in northern Israel. "2,000 years ago, there was another wedding in Galilee, a very special event that's recorded in the Bible, the famous Wedding of Cana. But what most people forget is that if it was a wedding, it must have been a family occasion.
One of the most famous miracles in the Gospels is